ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤ ਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਧੰਨ 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 ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਨਿੱਕੀ ਗੋਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਜੀ ਹੋਈ ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਵਾਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਸਭ ਮਾਈ ਭਾਈ ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਈਏ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ, they bless us with their asisa. So whatever we hear in the Katha today, it may find a place in our hearts and also guide us in life. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ through their 10 forms from Satguru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj to Satguru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj. Bachche, child, sit on the floor, putter, sit on the floor. From Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj to Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji, through those 10 forms of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, the garden, the baag, the phulwari that they established is the Guru Khalsa Panth. The garden, over 10 forms that they established, that they made, they then watered that garden using the water of Gurmat and Gurmat Siddhant, Sri Gurbani, Shahidiyan, and the flowers, Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, that blossomed forth in that garden is the Guru Khalsa that is around the world today and has been and also will be in the future. Maharaj Ji nurtured them in both ways, in both aspects, one of Sant and the other of Sipahi. Once Maharaj made them complete in both Sant, saintliness, and Sipahi, the warrior aspect of a Gursikh's life. Maharaj made them also representative of Satguru Sahib Ji themselves. Khalsa mero roop hai khas. Maharaj took this individual, this human being who was being pushed from pillar to post by tyrant kings and other rulers, took him from right the way down here and placed him at that great height that Maharaj said that my own Gursikh is my own Swaroop. Those Guru Khalsa were great in number in yesteryear. In today's age, it is sad that there are less of them. In tomorrow's day to come, Dhan Satguru Granth Sahib Ji is Samrat, they can cause anything to happen. My ardas is that those high-level Gursikhs reappear once again on the face of this earth. In today's Hukamnama, in today's Hukam from Sri Kalgita Padshah Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj, the 23rd Hukam is Mat uchi te suchi rakhni, to maintain at all times and observe a high and pure mindset. Now, there is something that I really must stress here. Being someone who uses social media quite a bit and also ventures here, there and everywhere, with Maharaj's Kirpa I come across people from all sorts of backgrounds and thinking. But there is this general thing that is amongst us, even amongst Gursikhs, who call themselves Gursikhs, and they limit Gursikhi to just having a life where you kind of keep yourself clean, have happy thoughts and not sad thoughts, positive thoughts where you convince yourself that I can take anything on. There's this new thing called good vibes that I've come across as well in this day and age. Eating healthy food, I don't know, probiotic yogurts with turmeric, honey, ginger, whatever else. Maybe even doing a bit of yoga, going down to the sea, sitting in the lotus position, having photos taken of themselves. These are all well and good, but that is not the definition of Mat uchi te suchi. They then try selling that to you as being a pure and high life. No. Whereas these things are good, but they are sambandhat. They are only connected to your body and that what we may perceive to be our mind, not our actual mind, but what we may perceive to be our mind. They have no connection with spirituality whatsoever. The uchi and suchi Mata that Satguru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj talks about, and their Gursikhs have demonstrated and displayed again and again and again throughout history. Gurmukh, to understand that uchi suchi mat, first of all, that uchi suchi mat is something that we arrive at. It's not something we can download overnight. It's something after a lot of hard work and effort that we arrive at. To understand uchi suchi mat, Gurmukh, you got to look at it, for me, this way. If you take an individual who has a disease or an illness, once you've ridden that person of their disease, of their illness, and they are then in pristine condition, they are in good health. The condition they are in, when in good health and in a pristine condition, think of that to be the uchi suchi mat, and then think of the disease, what shouldn't be there, the corruption of that uchi suchi mat. If we work a little backwards and we do a das in front of Maharaj and say, Maharaj, that ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ we have come to understand that we need to maintain a uchi suchi mat. That means there must be an opposite to it. And what is the opposite? What is the disease that I need to identify? What is it that I need to remove from my life in order to achieve that? And Guru Padshah Ji Maharaj would tell us, Janam janam ki is man ko mal lagi, kala hua siyah ho. Guru Padshah says that life, birth after birth after birth, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, janam janam ki is man ko. Now the word man here, Je Guru Kirpa kare, we come to understand what man is. Otherwise we all have these interpretations of man. When we go past the state of the body into something called our Hukams roop, the majority of its makeup is something called the man, our intellect, our way of thinking, our thought process, from where all our actions are born. So Maharaj says, Janam janam ki is man ko mal lagi. Mal is man. Kala hua siyahu. Maharaj says like black ink. This man has become blackened and dirty with what? With corruption, with the pollution of duality. It's become soiled, it's become filthy. If you take a lens, a clean and pristine lens, and you leave it out in the wilderness, there will come a time it will have gathered so much dust, so much dirt, so much of it so that you won't see the lens anymore. All you can see is the dirt and the filth. And when Guru Sahib Ji looks at us, what they're telling us is the bamari that we've got inside that we need to remove. Once that bamari is removed, we can then get to this level of uchi suchi mat. Now, I once read somewhere by Hippocrates. He said, if you want to cure someone, first ask them this. If someone is sick and you want to cure them, first ask them this. Are they willing to stop taking that what makes them sick? So Gurmukho, when we want to achieve a uchi suchi mat, we've established through Guru Sahib Ji's Kirpa that this man has become so black through corruption, through pollution. It's become soiled and dirty and filthy. But what is it that makes it soiled, filthy and dirty? Life after life after life. What makes it obscure? What makes it obscure is the low-level existence that we humans often exist on. And when Das says this, Das does not imply this to anyone here or anyone even looking or listening over social media. This is the general human functioning. We may, by self-qualifications, think we're all high, mighty and pure. But when it comes to testing it on the touchstone of Gurmat and Guruji Siddhant, then we start to fall apart very quickly. What we need to stop taking in order to cure us of this rogue is things such as nindya, slander, chugli, gossiping, irka, jealousy, thuggi, deceit, dishonesty, fraud, lying, jhoot, mand shabdavali, when we swear, when we use harsh and hurtful words towards people, anger, lust, ego, pride, envy. Now you'd think that these things, we're hearing so many of them, these are all the ways, these are all elements that enter into something called the self and start to pollute our mind. That is the rogue that Guru Sahib Ji wants to take us out of. We heard earlier on, Janam Janam ki is man ko mal lagi, That's the mal, that's the male of this low living functioning. The banda, the Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji created is called banda. Banda means that individual who does bandagi. If we don't do bandagi, then maaf karna Gurmukha, this is to me, not anyone here, then we are pasus. Because pasus have children, pasus also feed them, pasus also care for their children. They survive, they don't do anything different to us than our claim of having a higher intelligence. The higher intelligence was given for one thing and one thing only, for bandagi. In Revra side we read every single day. What do we read? We read that we got this human form for one thing. I use this pankti again and again and again, maybe because one day it'll enter my ears and I'll understand what I'm saying. If it helps anyone else, it's there for the taking. We got this human form for Gobind Miran ki hai teri bariya. That's what makes a banda, the bandagi. But instead of the bandagi, we get this ras out of things like nindya, chugli, irka, deceiving people, dishonesty. We're so embroiled in that. If we say to the same individual, "Tua shad ke hana, naam japla," Gurmukh they start yawning, vasyon la pendiyan. Now, when we, through Guru's Kripa, have learned what dirty is the mind, this is step-by-step process to reach the uchi suchi mat. Once we've established it, what do we do then? Do we stop? Absolutely. If the cancer patient with lung cancer has got lung cancer, the doctor says to him, "Look, I'll treat you, but you need to stop smoking." And he says, "No, I'm going to smoke 40 cigarettes a day." The treatment isn't going to work, and neither will he get well. So now once we identify this and we take steps to stop it, Tan are those human beings, those Guru Pyare that actually stop doing this. Because even, and this hurts me to say this, even those people that claim to be Gursikh, they all indulge in this. I sit with them sometimes and I can hear them. So that individual who's now stopped doing this, what happens then? We've stopped taking that what's making us more and more madalagi, but there's a mountain, there's an ocean of this inside us, in something called our Antishkaran. How do we remove that? When we ask Guru Sahib Ji Maharaj now that how do we remove that so I can continue on the process to get to this uchi suchi mat, then Guru Padshah Ji Maharaj in Sri Japji Sahib, Maharaj tells us the process. First Maharaj explains to us how to do it. Maharaj says, "Pariya hath pair tan de." Maharaj said, "Look Gursikha, when your hands, hath pair, your feet, tan de, your body gets dirty, what do? Pani dhota hai utar sakhe. You use water to wash your hands here. Mood paliti kappad hoye." Guru Maharaj says then when your kapde become soiled externally, and even the underwear that people wear, even when we urinate and whatever else we sweat, all that gets soaked up by kapde, mood paliti kappad hoye. Maharaj said then, "Gurmukha, what do you do then? De sabun laiye oh to hai." You get sabun, then you wash them. Your body you wash with water and K, the dirt comes off it. Your kapde you wash with sabun. The impurities in the dirt in it, that gets removed. But then how do we clean? Maharaj says, "Pariya mata." Maharaj says, "Now your mata, the inside." Who is there here who can show me the inside? Scientists have managed to cut this body so slice it so thinly that even they couldn't find the mind. They still don't know what the mind is. Pariya mata, papa kaisam. Maharaj says, but you're inside, you really mate hai na? Like the hands and feet get dirty with dirt, the kapde get dirty with moot paliti kappad hoye. Maharaj says when your mind gets dirty, its one and only way of getting dirty is pariya mat, papa kaisam. When you act out of the siddhant of Gurmat, when you act out of the siddhant of your Guru, and you live an anti-gurmat life, when you live a man-mat life, those actions are called paap. Par ye mat papa ke sang. There's only one tariqa of cleaning these paap. No other tariqa. What my guru says is trekar sat. It was aad sach, jugad sach, happy sach, nanak hosi pi sach. What my guru says is the ultimate truth. There is no other way of cleaning the inside. There is no way of getting this pariye mat papa ke sang. Mara says oh to pa nave ke rang. Nave ke rang. Nave akal purkh Vaheguru. What is his rang? His rang is bhakti. His rang is the living life of Gurmat. His rang is Sri Gurbani Ji. His rang is jo Guru ne kehta ohi karna. That's his rang. When we adopt that, oh ho to pa. Nave is akal purkh Vaheguru. Nave ke rang. His rang then is what washes away the mail from janam ki is man ko mal lagi. That's what then gets washed away. Now, even though you are all wise and learned, and you know the art of Sri Japji Sahib, if we isolate this, if we're doing the art of Sri Japji Sahib, paudi after paudi, the art then kind of become different. Because Sri Gurbani Ji's agad both, it has many arts. No one can limit Sri Gurbani Ji to one set of arts. But when doing it in Katha, especially sambandhat with a certain topic like mat uchi suchi rakhni, then the art can be changing as it goes along. Now Maharaj has told us how to clean it. Oh to pa nave ke rang. But Maharaj says, Gurmukha, be careful of one thing. Remember earlier on we heard that we need to first of all stop the influx of that what corrupts the mind and makes it obscure and filthy and dirty in the first place. And then we need to treat what's already inside. Then Maharaj says, Punni papi akhar na hai. Don't get involved in calling anyone a punni or even a papi. Kar karna likh le jaho. Whether a punni is doing porn or whether a papi is doing pap, you mind your own business. Don't get involved in what either are doing. Who knows, the punni might be doing pap and the papi might be doing porn. I saw a picture on social media once, and it was a person of Middle Eastern appearance, and he's holding a woman like this. And what is said under there, immigrants attack white European women. And then someone responded to that, and they put the original picture on. What it actually was, it was a Middle Eastern European pushing the woman and trying to stop the man behind him from hitting her. But what they did, they cropped out just the part where he's got his hand like that. So who's punni, who's papi, we don't know. Why then slander? Because when we misrepresent someone like they did there, that was intentional misrepresentation. Then that becomes slander, and when we read into these kind of things, we have inadvertently taken in that slander and again added that what we're trying to get out of. Punni papi akhan na hai, kar karna likh le jaho. Ape beej ape hi khaho, nanak hukmi aab ho jaho. Maharaj says, look, whatever anyone, what be they're eating, they're going to cut it down and eat it. If you're going to get involved in their stuff through nindya, through gossip, through slander, through lying, through dishonesty, through deceit, then don't forget where their beej is being sown, so is yours. And in order to cut down that and eat it, you have to keep on taking janam ki isman ko mara lagi. We end up taking one breath after the again and again. It's like a donkey that's turning a turntable, going round and round and round and round, and so carries on our path. Now, all this mal, even though it's just a brief little example of what's corrupting us inside, how does this all get inside us? Gurmukh, our eyes, our mouth, our ears, they've been made for one thing, but we use them for another thing. Guru Amar Das Sahib Ji Maharaj, we're going to run out of time. If we listen to Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj in Rera Sahib, the Bani that you've just heard, right at the end, the one but last body, Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj says, Antar Gur Aradhana, Jehva Jap Gur Nao, Netri Satgur Pekhana, Sravani Sunana Gur Nao, Satgur Seti Ratya Dargah Paiye Thao, Kaho Nanak, Kirpa Kare, Jisno Hai Vakt De, Jag Mein Uttam Kadi Hai, Virle Kei Ke. Maharaj has told us what these eyes are for, Guru Dekhandi, to see God in all, not to look at wrong stuff on the media or sit with your own daughter at home and watch it on the TV. Antar Gur Aradhana. Maharaj says the inside is for the Guru Nutya, Antar Gur Aradhana. Jehva Jap Gur Nao. This gene has been given Bhakti Karni, Naam Japanli, not to slander and gossip about people. When we do, that's what goes inside us and bleed and totally soils our man. Our aim is uchi and suchi. Mata, I'm going to rush through this. Netri Satgur Pekhana, with these eyes they've been given to look, to take Guru Sahib Ji's darshan, to see every single woman as my daughter, as my sister, and to see every single man, not only as my brother but my elders as my chachetai. Not to look at a woman and start having those thoughts that nobody else might see, but Guru Sahib Ji definitely sees them. Janam Janam ki is man ko mala lagi, that's been our routine, life after life after life after life after life, and it's become so soiled that the God that exists in everyone, even within ourselves, then we say, Minu Rab Destani, Rab Kitro, they say the lens of the eye has become so beauty. Antar Gur Aradhana, Jeva Jap Gur Now, talking about the gene, what it's given for, what it's for. These teeth, they once said to the gene, they go, hey gene, look at us, assi kinne takade hain. Look how solid we are. Look at you, you're squiggly and you're just fleshy. You have no power. It's us who has the power. We protect you, do you know that? And what the gene said back to the teeth, it just shows. The gene said back to the teeth, hey dando, bala hankar na karo. You may be hard and solid and sharp, but I possess that power. Je main chahwa ha na, main thaanu bana bhi sakdi haan. To je main chahwa, thadi sobha bhi kara sakdi haan. The tongue said, if I wish, I can cause someone to talk good about your teeth. If I wish, I can get them all smashed. Je main ko gal puthi kehti, they're going to smash you, not me. This tongue has been given Naam Japandi Simran Karni. This tongue has been given to speak nicely, to influence others onto the right path. This tongue has not been given to sing those God-forsaken songs and all of the speech that we normally indulge in. Gurmukh, I'm running really out of time, and Guru Pyare Kirtan are here also. So Gurmukh, this uchi suchi mat, it is a product of hard work. We work in our lives hard for absolutely everything else. Only if we could put that much effort into our Gursikhi Jivan, it's not something that's hard to get. Maharaj has already paved the way for us and already set everything in motion. We just need to fall into line. So Gurmukh, that brings us to an end of this week's Diwan for Gonja Hukam Katha. Das is sorry I couldn't complete it because I would have liked to go on more for another 5-10 minutes. So that's maafi chaਹੁੰਦਾ. However, next week again from 6:30 to 7 o'clock it's going to be the 24th Hukam of Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj. Till then, very quickly, ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਣੀ. let's say Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ.